think it's 5:30, guys, so we'll call this meeting to order.
All right, and we're just missing.
Looks like
missing-
Willie and Cedric.
Called. She wasn't feeling well. She wanted to make sure you had a quorum.
And Miss Willie and Cedric was only two that the clerk's not present.
All right, Cedric got to get here. I got him some paint.
I haven't heard from Cedric, so he didn't say he wasn't coming.
Okay. All right, maybe he's just running.
Maybe he just running late.
All right, we have a copy of the minutes. We were sent those electronically before tonight. So is there anything that needs to be changed, added, or deleted? If not, I will entertain a motion to accept.
I make a motion to accept the minutes as read.
Okay,
I'll second.
all in favor? All right. Yes. Flash pad update.
Today was our 50% inspection. George Brogdon from TDEC showed up and we discussed future grants, and he was very pleased with where we're at. When he started talking about future grants, I was starting to really feel good, because I can't get anything else till we're finished with this, but he was pleased with our progress and the work up to date. All the materials have been purchased or found. The only thing I lack is the doors and the roofing material. I'll pick up the doors Friday, and the construction of the building starts Monday, weather permitting. It's coming along. Hope to have it at least functional this year. You know, I know school will already be back in session, so I'm not going to meet the hope for opening date. You know, it's not going to happen. It's going to be probably August, towards the end of August. But at least we'll see it working. It's going to be plenty hot in August. So
There's
after
a lot of
school,
hot days.
Labor Day weekend.
yeah. So
Maybe
I mean,
Labor Day, that would be a good weekend.
yeah. So I think we'll still get to use it some this year. You know, I have high hopes. I mean, I was given the impression that once they start rolling on the construction of the building, it's going to go up really fast. And yesterday, the Vortex rep that sold Thomas the stuff was on site inspecting the project to see where we were, because they have a startup where they come out and kind of instruct you how to operate the system, because it's a computer that is attached to it that checks the water and adds chemicals as necessary, because it's a recirculating system. That way you don't have to check it every few hours and adjust chemicals, because it will need to have chemicals probably a couple times through a busy day. It'll need to be adjusted. You know, so I'm grateful that the system is state of the art. It won't require someone to have their eye on it all day long. You know, it probably needs to be checked by a human at least once a day to go. Let's come along.
Okay. Painting the basketball, etc.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all saw any of the pictures. I've started. The Foursquare is on the pad at Rotary Park, making it 3D, where it looks like you can step down onto that. There'll be a hopscotch course at the top of it. I chalked it in today. Tomorrow should be a great day for it. I'm going to try to get some of it done. It's a big project, you know. I mean, it takes a minute. And every time you get ready to paint on it, you have to clean it up again. You know, and so, but the squares look good. I don't know if y'all have noticed them.
We had kids play on it.
Yeah, did y'all?
The junior
Yeah.
reveal.
So, and the paint sticks. I haven't even put any polyurethane on it yet, and the rain hasn't beat it off or anything. It looks good. The waterfall feature is going to come off of the hopscotch, and it's going to look like it's falling down deep where the Foursquare is, and there'll be a little rope bridge on the other side that you can look like. And of course, it's not any danger to it, but it'll look like it is. Yeah, it ought to be exciting and fun. So, but it's coming together, and just time. I'm working on them, and then
Still got plenty of paint.
I do right now. The next pad I'm moving to is going to be the one at the mini park. I'm going to paint. It's got a basketball goal in the center of the court. I don't know if y'all have ever noticed it, you know, and there's only a backboard on one side. I thought about trying to get the other backboard, but I think I'm going to leave it like it is. Put a net on the one side and put the Foursquare and hopscotch on that other side, so that there's no conflict of interest for the kids who want to play there. So I'll move to that one next.
Let me know when you're ready for more paint.
Okay.
HVAC.
It's Bradley McNeese apologized to me yesterday because it's taking a little longer than what they had anticipated. But this is their busiest time of year. And I guess they're not wanting to turn down any projects, so they're trying to work them all, and he does have the West Hall fully operational. And we had an event this past weekend over there, and JD and I mopped it all and cleaned it up really good because there's been a lot of construction there. It was really, really dusty and dirty, and cleaned it all really good. And once you mop that whole huge floor, it dries much quicker if you open all the doors. It was cool when we started, hot by the time we got finished mopping because all the doors were open, but we shut them all back after it dried, and it cooled it right back down. What an amazing difference having that return on ground level
Would have
has
taken
made.
hours before.
I'm talking about within minutes, okay, it was already cool again. I was like, oh, that's so amazing. I don't know how well it's going to heat, we'll find out come Santa Trolley, because it's usually like an ice box in there, But I think it's really making a big difference. And they have almost got all the Mitsubishi units in the office areas. They've installed them into the ceilings, and they're running the Freon lines through the building. It's a big project too. But they're almost done with that portion, and then they'll move into the East Hall and do that unit, and then I can put the East Hall back together. I mean, I haven't had it for a year, guys. It's been full of some equipment or splash pad, or now I got doors and toilets all over the place, and got that big tree in there now, So I was thinking about adding a tree to the outside of the pad, and I've talked to a few people, and the way that tree is made, I just don't know, guys, that it's really a safe option at all, because the only thing that's really secure in it is the center tube. And it's got that foam stuff that they've sprayed on the outside and painted, and it's thick, but to secure it down, you're only securing it through some kind of foam or something. So we talked about maybe concreting the base of it in.
What about burying in dirt?
Well, that's what we're talking about, maybe burying the bottom portion of it in like concrete and setting it in there. Possibility, but then again, all that styrofoam that's inside that plastic tube in the center, it's just, I mean, anybody climbed on it, anybody, so just been thinking of some things to do with it, because I know it's already ours, and it needs to be painted still, which I'll eventually have some time, I'll try to paint it. Someone said that maybe we should use it as a giving tree inside the lobby, set it up in the corner, put a little white picket fence around it, and use it for a donation center throughout the year. And I thought, well, I mean, there might be something we can do with it. I don't know what expense it'll take, which I'm sure it'll be some, and how safe it'll be after we've gotten it done. Everybody that's looked at it that is construction minded kind of laughs at me when I tell them what our original plan was and what my secondary plan is now, and they're kind of like, I just don't know if that's a good idea, So I don't know, I really don't know what to do with the tree.
So basically, they're saying if somebody climbs on it, it's just gonna break.
Well, because it's styrofoam. It's some kind of spray foam on the outside of this cylinder tube in the center. And the cylinder tube we've talked about, you could probably go inside, make some braces. You could probably do something and secure it to a concrete pad. But then again, it's still got 4 or 5 inches of styrofoam all around that tube, and that's where you're going to be
I've only seen it, I've not touched it.
And touching it, it feels like it's concrete on the outside, but it's actually just some kind of styrofoam stuff. It's extremely heavy, it's bulky, and it's really top heavy because that big broccoli top thing on the top of it makes it extremely top heavy. And if anybody tried to climb on it or anything, I think it would come straight down. And so I'm not really sure yet. It's just in the center. I have it.
Might be easy to put in the lobby.
Yeah. And
Well, I'm
so.
not sure how safe it would be to do that.
Well, if I put it in the lobby, I could thought about it, because you're right. There's not a whole lot of ways to you'd have to put up a barricade around it where nobody could get by it. It would
And
just
kids are gonna climb it.
I mean, but is it easily climbable?
not really.
I didn't think so. Like,
If it was, now I've seen people try to climb the monument. So I mean, I know it's not going to be prone to being climbed, if there's no supervision around it, and being outside at the splash pad leaves a lot of time where it's going to be unsupervised. Inside the lobby, there'll be sometimes. I mean, the Boy Scouts there, and I'm not there. Girl Scouts there, I'm not there. Bass Club there, I'm not there. But I would hope that the adults in charge of these organizations would mind the children that are present and not let them climb the
I
tree.
mean, I could, unless we found some way of actually securing it in the lobby, I could see it getting
Yeah.
pushed over on top of somebody.
And once again, like that, I'm just really not sure what to
Especially
do
if
with
it's
it.
top heavy.
I mean, I know the idea was
well, what if we still use it as a splash pad, you have your anchors at the bottom, but could you not do an anchor somewhere out the back that comes out with a cable or something that's going to anchor it so it's not going to fall forward?
possibly, Possibly.
Guy wire.
like a guide wire. Yeah, I mean, there's possibly something we could do with it. I just don't know that any of my ideas that I had originally about trying to feed water to it off the edge
I mean,
of the
even
pad.
if it doesn't have water, like, I think it's very aesthetic, like.
It is.
I mean, I think, because we're not going to have any big, huge things, like that would be something like a passerby who wasn't quite sure.
Just
You
say,
know,
look for the big tree.
You'd say, look for the big tree. It's over by the, and like, again, even if it can't be functionable with water.
Yeah.
Um,
I think, like I said, there's a few people we've talked about making an anchor through the center of the tube and then burying it into the concrete pad so that when you build your forms for the concrete, you set the tree on the ground and then put concrete up to it. So it'd have like 6 inches of concrete all the way up to around the base of the tree. And some of that big root thing that comes down would then be in the concrete, which I think will help a lot.
Yeah,
So,
Then put a little-
Well, and that's what I was thinking when you said the little fence. I was like, and I know still some.
yeah, you put a little picket fence around it with a little sign
I
that
could
please
give
don't
you
climb
a
on trees.
list of kids this long who would still climb.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
But I think that even a little fence like that would keep the majority of people like, okay, this is just to look at, not to play on. I mean, because this is the thing. I mean, you think just about basketball goals. I mean,
Oh,
they can climb
believe me,
them
I-
and hang on them, and they're just.
The portable goals I have, that's why we have to sit over there with them, because even though I have signs on it that say no dunking or hanging from the net,
Oh, yeah.
it's like, I know y'all can read. I'm sitting right here and watching you try to dunk. Yep. But the HVAC is probably going to be finished, I would say, into August as well. To be realistic,
It's a big project.
it is a big project.
Okay. All right, the dances.
Yeah, Daddy Daughter Dance we had slated for 8/21, which is right around the corner. Now that we, think about it realistically, we'll have one more meeting before then. Teen Center will be back open the 2nd, so we will be back in full swing over at the community center. So, we can help get it ready.
It's
Just need
Friday.
to-
Where's that Friday night game? Home, April.
It's home as our first football game.
And I think like most of back to school bash and stuff are during the week. So I'm just trying to think of any conflicts. Football, we said Pop Warner football wasn't starting yet. I think we looked at a date.
I think they were later.
I think we made in
You start getting out advertisements on Facebook.
what
and
about,
whatnot.
what about all the little Dixie Youth, like all their little tournaments should be done by the end,
Their state tournaments and stuff should be wrapped up
be
yet.
finished?
And we have our jamboree for middle school this Saturday before.
Yeah. And then
Dixie Youth plays in Savannah, and I think they have to win tomorrow to continue on with
And
that.
high school's not having a jamboree, so I think we're good on the 21st if there's nobody does anything else.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll get some flyers together and start getting that
Is
stuff.
there any supplies we need for that?
I'm
Do you need punch cups? Do you need?
I'm sure we probably do.
There's some stuff in the
If
tote.
you don't mind, if you could get that tote
I
out,
will get the totes out.
and I'll try to come by. You just let me know when you have it out.
I might say Valentine's stuff.
It is. Who cares? We can Valentine's it up.
It's all about love.
It's all about love.
Because
Love you, Daddy.
all we're doing is having the makeup
Yeah.
from the
I
dance.
think
So
I think just go with what we got.
Yeah.
If you don't mind, get out what we have, and
I will get it out.
we can come over and look at it one afternoon.
So
So we just do what we have.
we'll be out of town Monday and Tuesday of next week. We have meetings here Wednesday at 1, so we will be back for the meeting. So I can, any day after Wednesday that you all want it, it'll be out. I'll have it out Wednesday.
Okay, we can just do it whatever day.
I probably can't meet anytime next week.
Oh, you have cheer in it.
I've got a lot next week.
Okay, well, we can just.
I
go
mean,
there.
maybe like 9 o'clock
Me
at
and
night.
Lindsay can just run over there and like see, take an
Next week's
inventory, and I
insane
can
for
send
me.
you some pictures of what
And
we
can you
got.
text me if we need punch cups, if we need plates, if we need
Yeah.
whatever supply?
Are you getting us the backdrop? You
I
said,
can if we need it.
Did we decide on something already?
well, she said they had something at church that we could just do. It's like a black backdrop that we could just add different colors to it.
Yeah, I mean, and like we can just do balloons or like hearts or just throw that on there.
Okay.
Okay, do you still have that? Okay.
Of course, this will be my first dance. The snacks that we get from that, how is that taken care of?
I do that.
Do you take care of that?
Yeah, I make one big run before and usually one or two in the middle, depending on what we have.
Okay.
So I just charge it to the city. That's still okay? That's CB.
Decision?
I get it, CB.
Or, yeah, that's what we've done.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
what,
that's what I'm trying to, because like I said, this will be my first one,
uh,
other than a volunteer.
yeah,
And you just sign off on, the city, so we don't.
I just put, I put Misty Groom's Park and Rec
Okay,
Committee or something. I didn't try to put my name on there.
Okay.
That's what it is. And
just so I know what to be aware of when,
Yeah.
okay.
Let me know, because next weekend, not this weekend, but next weekend, I'm making a sands run, so if we need punch
Okay.
cups.
Well, me and
stuff-
Lindsay will try to, you said you'll be back in town Wednesday?
The meetings, we'll be back in time. We're trying to make sure we make it for the meeting. So if we leave Gatlinburg, I know there's a
Okay.
time
So
difference.
maybe
So,
like next Thursday,
yeah.
whatever you're off work, or you get lunch.
I get
break.
off at 5.
Okay.
But when we leave here from the meeting, I'll go out there and I'll pull it all out that Wednesday and have it out and available for y'all to come and
I'll
inspect.
go look.
I just put it in my office on the
That's
desk.
fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Gotta leave my office unlocked right now because they're in and out with the air conditioner.
Okay, so
Yeah,
it's,
so
you
it's
just go any,
unlocked.
okay.
There's cameras everywhere, so I mean, we're
So we-
cambered
so
up, but
We don't have to call you, we can just go, we can go look.
Okay.
the key code to the box is 2020.
The kids is busy week.
Okay. Let me make this up.
We're gonna change it in a bit, so
Okay,
I'll
we got
call all
it.
y'all, let y'all know, or send y'all out an email, let y'all know what the new code is. But till they get finished with HVAC and all that other stuff in there, the East Hall is just basically a giant storage room right now. So,
Misty, I may go ahead and get enough while I'm getting, if we need cups and stuff.
If you'll just
For
get
the
like
mother's
red or
son.
white,
I was gonna get just clear punch cups.
yeah, we will always need those
Okay,
forever. I can never buy enough.
all right.
and then Mother Son Dance, the reason why I have that, I know it's still a ways away, is October's gonna be a busy month, all the way around. So just want to make sure we orchestrate things well in advance so that they kind of happen seamlessly. Because 8th or the 9th was the day we had slated for the Mother Son Dance. Barbecue Fest is 15th and 16th, and then of course Halloween at the end of the month. We're going to start aggressively looking for business sponsors next month. Give them a heads up that we're still doing the haunted trail. But then it was brought to my attention that the Battle of the Mount might want to join forces with us on that event and make it a very big event. And I guess after the Halloween event, then they would continue on to the Battle of the Mount. I don't know how that would work because I haven't talked to anybody yet, but they're talking about having hot dogs and
What's the Battle of the Mount?
It's usually a football game.
yeah, it's a football game of
Ain't
some
that
kind.
the police department, fire
Yeah.
department?
That's the,
Why is
Usually a
it,
we call
football
that-
game.
why is it at the end of October?
And so it's usually in August.
It's usually like the first game.
They're talking about August 20th for that.
Yeah, the Battle of Mount may not happen this year because we don't have time to turn it around.
Yeah.
We don't, and the funding and all that, but what we thought about, the police department's got it in the community relations, so just moving it there, it wouldn't be anything, we just kind of in your parade in our spot like last year, but we would do some things with giveaways and stuff like that
Oh,
we usually do. We haven't run that through Kay yet, that was us talking, we don't think we can get this ready by the first football game.
It was just brought to me, so I just know it's something for us to be thinking about, that there might be some blended
So are
opportunities.
we looking at the 29th or the 30th?
The 30th is Saturday, so I'm thinking Saturday would be the
That's
best
what I think
for
we
us.
should do.
I think that either way, we're gonna be there,
Okay,
we just may have the police department's community relations.
Where's the
There,
football game? The
It's at
20th?
Chapel Hill.
It's at Chapel Hill.
Okay.
It's away.
we do.
Yeah.
So that, like I said, I hadn't had a chance to talk to Patty. It was just asked me via email what I think about that idea. And I thought it'd be a great idea. I mean, more the merrier. The bigger event we throw down there.
No means we're trying to take it over. It's just
No,
like, it's a spot and
And we don't think,
we're engaged.
we don't think we can be ready for
No, just
August
give it
20th.
a wider.
I don't think so. I think we gotta do what you're doing with partnership with the community, because it's a pretty expensive event. the
Yeah.
Battle of the Mount, And we don't have time to pull that off.
Well, to top last year's event, I mean, anything I can add to it will be great because, I mean, we had such a big success last year that I was all about it because if I can have the support from the police and fire, then, like I said, more the merrier.
Do you have a time, are we gonna do the same time?
I figure about the same time, I mean, it is
Do we
Saturday.
do 4 to 6 or 5 to 7?
It kind of gets dark, and I think that some of the bigger kids don't even start coming out until it gets so maybe the little later side would
5
be
to
okay with me,
7.
5 to 7.
Or even
Yeah.
5 to 8? Well, I will say this. That Saturday,
When's the time change? Is it the first
the
week of November?
next, the next weekend, like the 7th, yeah.
Mhm.
I will say, I mean, I don't know, I mean, and maybe that's something that you can feel with the, like, community members. I feel like it was kind of like downtown, it worked well being 5 to 7, but I don't know if we want extended like an hour. Like either 4 to 7 or 5 to 8, just because I feel like like a bunch of people were like, I never got, I had to
Yeah.
go here and I had to go here and I didn't get there. Like I
Yeah.
was on my way and everybody was either out of candy or packing up, you know?
Yeah, I think extending it is fine. Like, I've even had people last year that wanted to voice, talk about even trying to throw together a little haunted
Yeah.
house through the West Hall.
I don't know. I mean, I hate that,
So yeah, I'm
somebody would miss it. And again, an extra hour is,
I'm okay
well,
with that.
downtown, we always started an hour early because people were like,
To show up.
they were here, like, give my candy, I'm
Yeah.
waiting for you, kind of thing,
And I think it was easier for me to kind of hold people at bay at the community center too, because where you started down there, were just
Right. And I mean, I guess we can decide, or you can ask your community people, 4 to 7 better or 5 to 8. What do you guys think? I don't know.
I'd say 5 to 8.
I like 5 to 8.
5 to 8.
It's just
Say 5 to 8.
because I think from last year there was a lot of people like you said who just said, why are we doing it so early? It's not even dark yet. That's
Yeah.
what allows because the little
But you get,
kids.
I feel like if you do that, you get the ones that are early and then you get the ones that start a little
Plus
bit.
we get a lot more light around there too. I mean that whole trail is lit up pretty good. So I mean it's
And last year, a lot of them straight from us over to the church.
Which is gonna do that again this year, too.
And
Yeah.
hot dogs and all.
They did.
had a
Trunk or
good-
treat.
Yeah, they had a good thing over there
They
too,
did.
so they went from us over there, because when,
and if we could use the little piece of ground behind the field house, Philip, you go on that side. Behind the field house, I mean, I'm sure Ryan would let us right there where they had that little baseball backstop. It's right on the
Oh,
backside of
yeah.
that little tree row.
Nobody uses that, yeah.
So, I mean, if we could set up whatever, on that backside, police and fire stuff, because y'all might have an obstacle course or something.
Yeah.
maybe, So, yeah, I think it might be a great event, bigger than last year, which is, my goal is to keep growing it. So,
Okay, the only thing about the Mother Sundance, and I know we talked about this when we initially brought it up, but that is,
End of
fall break.
okay.
It's the
Um,
end of fall break.
It is the end. I know we have no football Friday night. I know that's one of the
No
reasons
football.
we kind of was like, we brought in the Friday night because that is off football night. What about the 9th? Does anybody know why? Was we thinking maybe pop one?
That'd be Sunday, right?
No, the
Be
not, no,
Saturday.
Saturday. We did the
Saturday.
8th or the 9th.
Mhm.
Anybody know anything on
We
October
just have a fishing tournament.
fishing tournament?
That only affects
It's very few of the
very
younger
few.
ones.
Huh?
It only
only
affects very
affects
few of the
few.
younger ones.
Yeah.
I won't be here, so I won't be able to help with it.
I won't be here either, but I'll be at the tournament.
I'll be coming from the beach to the tournament. Um,
I'm just afraid those dates are not going to be, I mean, I know we don't have a
I'm
lot
afraid
of,
you're gonna have people coming back from vacations and things like that,
and
and
they're
they're
going
not
to be
going.
like, I don't really want to go put
Yeah,
on
I
nice clothes and go.
I don't doubt that.
Most of our won't be able to.
Mhm.
I mean,
The next
next
weekend,
weekend is
barbecue.
we have like 22nd or
What if we
23rd.
done
maybe
the
the-
first
I mean, the 23rd.
Saturday in November? Is there anything on the first Saturday in November?
Have some other dates if you have the calendar right in
What
front
about
of you.
September? Anything in September?
fairly well booked in September.
Santa Trolley,
4th is all I've got in September.
Santa Trolley in December.
Uh-huh.
We need to reserve those dates. Don't let me
They
forget.
have to let me know what day.
I'm telling you right
Okay,
now.
but I'll let you know.
6th through the 11th.
Yeah, I'll let her know when we're finished, because I need to give her those other dates too.
Yeah, I got them all written down.
Okay, the 20, I know we said maybe the 23rd, no, we weren't sure because of like Halloween parties and y'all have,
Well, 10/23 is also your backup SpongeBob
yes,
tournament.
it is. Okay, well, you said November, you're good in November?
November 6th,
Yeah,
we're open.
Can we think about that date? Like, think about changing it?
I mean, that's why we're talking about it now, Missy. I don't want to, because I know, say we're going to be really busy the month of October. So if we can move it out of October,
Well, I will say this, that's a kind of an in-between Pop Warner football and like Saturday League basketballs, like that's kind of like just a little in-between possible date. November, like, I mean, still a possibility,
November 6th, 13th, and
all open.
those are all Saturday.
What do y'all have? Y'all have anything those dates? I just feel like I think it's gonna be a dud if we do the October dates.
West Tennessee and Central on November 6th.
but 8/21 is still good for the other one. We
I
can
think
go ahead and
so.
roll with that. I mean,
I
I,
think we're good with
I feel like we start need to get some advertisement out for it to make sure we have everybody's.
Jake will.
Yeah,
and me
that's
and
what's time to
Jay
let them
will
know.
have to be there, or if me and Jay still have to be there.
Well, is the center's not booked on 8/21, is it? Victoria?
Do what?
Center's not booked on 8/21, is it?
I already had it.
Yeah, we did that a couple months
Okay,
ago.
good.
I think.
I had a little heart flutter.
I think we decided.
We have a tournament on the 6th, but it's a new one this year that it's a West Tennessee and Central Tennessee combined. So I don't know, like when we do state, David's crew is the one that handles the tournament.
Okay.
So with this one being a West and a Central, I don't know if Jake's crew is going to handle it, then I can be here.
Okay.
And I'll just send the boys to Percy.
Okay.
But I won't know until I talk to Jeremy.
I just think, so can we write down the 6th and the 13th and then
November
kind of
6th
look and see
or 13th, okay?
11, 6, 11,
Put a
13,
question mark on those dates too, Victoria.
and just kind of see,
If y'all let me know as soon as possible, because people will call about holiday parties.
yeah. I mean, it'll be, once we get to school too, and we get like a calendar of,
Okay.
like,
So by the next meeting, maybe we can
like I
have
think of
a,
high school things, but I don't always know elementary and middle school things, and that's the kids that.
Well, and that's like, we got to get with Julie and Laura because we're having our fall festival this year for
Yeah.
PTO.
Yeah.
But we just have to do it on whatever day they tell us we're doing
Right.
it on.
Yeah. So that's why I just,
November 29th.
I don't always know what's going on at those schools. So.
I tell them they're lucky I'm finishing out.
You tell them to quit and everything.
we've already discussed Halloween, so unless y'all have anything, I don't really have anything else. Like I said, I got.
Okay, well, one thing about is we've got to make sure, I mean, we did our best and I didn't think we'd run out of candy, but we still ran out of candy.
Everybody did.
Yes, everybody did.
Everybody did.
But I mean, I feel like they expected us to have it because we were kind of like
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he was like, "What do you mean?" You know, like I gave you everything I had.
Yeah.
Like every old toy, broken
And there's so many people who
toy.
ran out so quickly. You know what I mean? So that's
I guess that's part of when you talk to the community people, like they're getting a bunch from everybody, one piece or
Yeah.
2 pieces. Like they don't need a handful.
Yeah.
I think that was the problem, Megan, when you was trying to give them my, because it was actually, how you not giving me no more.
I know,
You
yeah.
I'm running low here, and I've been all so twice now, but.
Well, the IB Tech girl, if she, they must have spent $1,000.
Mhm.
I mean, because they kept going back and going back. But once again, they were dropping a handful down the chute to every kid that came through. And when we send out the request, I mean, we put a little notation on there. So look, you're not expected to fill up every kid's basket.
No.
A piece of candy per.
Or 2, yeah.
That's the whole idea about packing the trail with all you people is that a little bit of candy goes a long way that way. Yeah.
Right.
And one thing they loved, I don't know where we got them, those old beads, the Mardi Gras beads. Those were they were like, they were coming back. Can you take my candy back and I can get some beads?
I have some more. I have somebody who asked me to get some more, and I was like, I take that stuff. I turned down some stuff the other day because somebody's trying to give me old furniture again. I was like, no, I don't want old.
I don't know, some kid will come through that line
I don't
and ask
want
if they could take it. I promise they would. They would trade you a piece of candy for it.
Yeah, so I think I could get, but somebody asked the other day, did I want some Mardi Gras beads? I told them absolutely, I'll take that kind of stuff because, why not? I turned down the furniture though.
That was their most favorite thing was those beads.
Turned down the furniture. They said, well, how about, I got an old desk. I said, I don't want that either. But that's what I thought. Like arts and craft supplies, board games, activities, but I don't want no furniture. Got plenty of chairs and tables now. So hopefully, maybe by the next meeting, then we'll try to nail down the November date. That way we can let her schedule it hard, make sure we have it, and then have the center available for the other weekend in case somebody wants to rent it. So we're getting, I mean, next month, we have something like almost every day for the rest of this month. I mean, there's something like every day. The West Hall, we had to cancel everything in June. And so we rescheduled them in July, the ones that would take the reschedule. And then plus we have every other day is almost full something. I've got something in the West Hall almost every day the rest of this month. Starting this weekend. So, yeah. And I'll be glad to get the East Hall back open because a lot of them, you know, I'm forced having to give them discounted price on the West Hall side for a day or something because I can't utilize the East Hall yet, you know, but it's coming. And I'm going to have shuffleboard courts painted on the floor. So there'll be pool, ping pong, shuffleboard, stuff to do in there and make it a nice birthday rental for sure. Yeah.
All right, we got anything else?
I do not.
Anybody?
Thank you all guys for coming.
Do we need
The
a,
last thing I mentioned last time I was here was there was collecting money for Lieutenant Phillips for that bench.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize the day I said that they'd already had all the money, they'd already ordered the bench. And
It's here.
Waiting
yeah.
for the splash pad, but so we'll have some sort of a ceremony
Mhm.
for his family and show them the bench, but it's ordered in here and
I'd like to have a few more of those benches. So, you know,
Are we still taking money and putting the ones down at Airmine?
And those are different. This one is a blue one. I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't
It's a
seen-
leaf, you know, it's a blue color. We can show you guys if you want to see it. And then the ones down at Air Mines are
Oh, brown.
wood.
Yeah.
Yeah. The natural wood.
I don't know who took up the money or when that started, stopped, how it is, but the benches that are out there are out there. Now, I have been asked, someone who did one of the memorial benches out there wants to put landscaping around it, you know, and she was told no, but I told her, by all means, please do. You know, I mean, I'll make sure it gets taken care of around there.
Yeah.
It'll be pretty, you know, put some bushes and some flowers on the back side of it and make it really pretty. It's the one they bought, you know, and it's like, absolutely. Just requires a little more work. Somebody gave me, I don't know if y'all noticed the magnolia tree that's planted out at Arrow Mines Park now. It's about 20 feet off the shelter. It was a memorial tree that someone bought for Megan Moore. Young
Yeah,
lady.
I saw that. I did see it's a smaller one. Did somebody did they get like a little plaque?
There's not a plaque out there yet. The couple who brought the tree out there, I met them out there. They called me and asked me could they plant it. I told them I would plant it. There's no water out there. So when I water the trees and bushes at Gardenia, I fill a couple buckets up and I drive it over there. Lose a lot of it on the way. That's why I take a few buckets, you know, and then I water it there because the only other way I can get it is dip a bucket down in the creek and walk it over. And, you know, so.
Well, I mean, this is just from experience. Like, we had one of the boys that died in the accident with Sarah. One of the benches are for Kyle. We had a tree for him at the school in front of the field house. Well, you know, coaches changed, administration changes. A kid backed over it and broke it, and he was supposed to replace it, and like it's not been. But there was never like a little. But the people just don't. You know, if there's not a plaque or something.
The people.
It's just a tree,
The
you know,
people
like
who-
to me,
The
that
people who
was
brought it out
Kyle's
there
tree.
said they were going to try to do that. They were going to try to raise the money for that.
It's
I told
not
them
small.
if they let me know, you know, maybe I could help them with it if they get a price. And I never heard back from them. I'm not even sure who they are, you know, that brought it out there. I don't remember what the girl's name was. I have her on my phone. I can
Yeah.
call her that way. But yeah, she said that she would look into it and let me know how much it costs if it was over their budget, and I'd see if I could help her raise the money to get it. Yeah. Because I agree. Otherwise, it's just a tree.
Just a tree.
Because there's a tree out at the dog park that supposedly was dedicated to Dan Moranci. You know, Donna
Yeah.
got it, but it's just a tree.
Yeah, there needs to be like
It's
a
just a
sign
tree.
there.
Yeah, there's nothing there.
all right, nothing else? I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
In favor,